Hey guys, it's Chris from Steeda, and today we have our 2020 Ford Escape. I'm going to do a walk around, kind of show you a little bit about the vehicle, and ultimately what parts we've added to it. We've actually used this as an R&D vehicle, so without further ado, let's get to it. Kicking things off, this is iconic silver. Personally, I'm a big fan of this silver because of how it looks in the shadows. But all in all, we added our black Steeda decal on the hood, signature look that we do with a lot of our Steeda vehicles. But most importantly, these dub push wheels. 20 by 8.5 square setup with a 245/45/20 Nitto NT555 G2 tire. Now, we did lower this vehicle. It's a 1-inch drop. We actually engineered our Steeda 1-inch lowering springs for the Escape on this particular vehicle. Really happy with the way not only the car looks, but how it performs. You don't lose the comfort of the vehicle, but you do get the looks as, you know, the car is squatted down a little bit lower. But pairing that with the rear sway bar and our adjustable toe links, also engineered on this vehicle, if you're looking to take your Escape to the next level, that's the way to do it. But I mean, I'm honestly a pretty big fan of this body style. I've driven plenty of Escapes from, you know, the early 2000s all the way up to this current body style. And personally, this is the best one yet. And that's because it's a little bit more sporty. This actually does have a sport mode. We'll show you that inside the car. But you know, for those people out there that want the utilitarian aspect you get from this small, like compact SUV, carry some people, you can put the seats down, you got some storage space, but a Focus, you need a little bit more than like a Ford Focus. The Escape is the way to go, really. And the fact that you can get a little bit of performance out of this is cool too. Moving on to the back of the car, honestly, I really like the way this is haunched down. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Mach-E. Now the Mach-E, it being a Mustang, they definitely had that black sort of roof to give it more of a fastback look. The Escape's definitely a little bit more SUV-like, but all in all, I mean, it really just ties everything together. And on this particular model, you do have the all-wheel drive. So for those of you in the northern states, you have to deal with winter and things like that. Now, for those of you in the northern states, you may not be using the summer tires like we are from Nitto, but you will have that all-wheel drive if you need it and it's snowing outside and things like that. But I mean, in terms of the storage space, power liftgate, that's awesome. But I gotta say the storage space is actually a bit more than the previous Escape. You know, even though the car itself kind of looks a little bit smaller since it's got a more rounded, edgy look to it, but I mean, the power liftgate, you can get the seats down, plenty of space. The interior is definitely a step up over the previous Escape. So all in all, I mean, it's a really awesome package and we're definitely happy with the way this Escape came out. We definitely don't want to forget under the hood. You just pull this twice, it comes up. You don't need to worry about a hood latch. Got your prop rod. Now this is the 2-liter EcoBoost, but if you haven't looked closely yet, check this out. Strut tower brace, we actually just finished this up. It'll be up on the site soon. But if you're looking to take your Escape to the next level, especially when it comes to the front suspension and how stable the car feels in cornering, you pair this with the Escape lowering springs, the rear sway bar, and get the strut tower brace up top. You're really gonna feel this car haunch down and take on a corner as one unit. And that's what we're looking to do pretty much with anything. If we can get a car to get from point A to point B around a corner the quickest and the most confidence inspiring without increasing NVH, that's ultimately what we try to do here at Steeda, and this strut tower brace is going to help you achieve just that. One other thing we want to make sure we don't forget on this 250 horsepower powerhouse under the hood here of the Escape, we got a ram air effect built in right into the intake, and that's awesome to see because when you're at speed, you're going to be getting that air, that cold air right from the front of the vehicle, put right into the airbox. All right, so we're here in the new body style Escape. Right off the bat, I'm really liking all of the touch points. Ford has really taken it to the next level when it comes to the interior of their vehicles. We took the Bronco Sport out for a ride. earlier this year, and that was an absolute blast. Honestly, the interior feels relatively familiar to the Bronco Sport, maybe for good reason, but all in all, I mean, it's just lots of leather touch points. You got stitched, you know, that white stitching along the seats and along the rest of the interior just makes it feel special. Well, we'll take it for a ride, see what we got. Now, we're still on stock tune about this, or in this Escape, but I am excited to feel what the 1-inch lowering springs do feel like. I have driven a couple of these 2020 new body style Escapes, and I really do like how they feel overall as a typical, you know, compact crossover style SUV. But yeah, I mean, the idea of you're able to lower the car an inch, but also, you know, maintain the comfort and, you know, ride quality you would expect out of, you know, a vehicle like this and what you would be using it for, you know, whether it's getting groceries or, you know, taking the kids to soccer practice or, you know, whatever you need to, you know, haul in the back, put seats down. There's more than just, you know, it's not like a Mustang where you're more concerned about the drag strip or, you know, autocross or road course or things like that. But, you know, you do want to enjoy the driving experience. That's why we get these cars. That's why we modify these cars. That's what it's really, truly all about. And, you know, getting these vehicles and modifying them to your own liking is, you know, what's important. So with that, you know, that's why we took the Escape, dropped it an inch, added a set of those dub wheels, 20 by 8.5 square with the 245/45/20 tires from Nitto. Ride quality is great. I am excited to, you know, get on it a little bit from a dig, but from a stop to really feel that all-wheel drive do its thing with these Nittos. I really am liking the digital display on this Escape. It really kind of brings it to 2021 in terms of the overall style and feel. For a while there, a lot of the cars out on the market do have kind of that semi-digital, semi-analog look, where, you know, like the speedometer or the tach would be analog, but then the center screen would be digital, where you know you have your trip computers and things like that. But this all digital display really kind of brings it, modernizes it to 2021. And, you know, you got some cool little screens. I mean, switching driving modes, because let's be honest, we don't want to spend our whole day in normal or eco mode, right? You know, you got normal mode, eco, sport, slippery, snow and sand assist, and then back to normal. So we're going to put it in sport mode, little checkered flag, the red graphics on the screen, kind of changes the whole look and feel. The throttle response definitely gets a little bit more touchy, holds that gear in a lower gear a little bit longer, so my revs are a little bit higher. Obviously gas mileage is not the top priority in sport mode, but again, going back to that driving experience and what you're trying to, you know, enjoy out of the vehicle, you know, that's a cool option to have. And pairing it with, you know, our lowering springs, like I mentioned, but also our rear sway bar, that gives a little bit more high-speed stability. You know, we designed and engineered that sway bar specifically for this vehicle to kind of enhance the driving experience. You know, with these SUVs and most vehicles out on the road these days, they have understeer tuned into the chassis. That's because inherently understeer is easier to get out of than oversteer for your average ordinary driver. So for any of the road-going vehicles, it's important to, you know, tune in something that your average driver's going to be able to avoid if they're in an understeer oversteer situation. So with that said, if you are looking to like tune the car a little bit more and make it a little bit more favorable to drive, getting rid of that inherent understeer right off the bat and making the car a little bit more neutral and balanced is definitely going to increase the overall, you know, driving experience and make it more enjoyable to drive. And just in these couple corners, I do feel the difference of what that rear sway bar is doing. Then you take it to the next level with our adjustable toe links that we engineered and designed on this vehicle, will be available on the website as well. Those adjustable toe links allow you to dial in the rear toe to again further enhance the overall driving experience. You know, if you do a lot of not canyon roads, but like, you know, mountains and lots of turns and twisties and things like that, you really do get to enjoy the driving experience a little bit more. There was a period of time where I lived in Central Virginia, very, you know, near the Blue Ridge Mountains, and did a lot of that type of driving. And I mean, having a car that's a little bit more orientated towards a pleasurable driving experience, you know, not something that's inherently going to understeer and plow into the next lane when you try to dig into a corner. That's no fun. So making those little tweaks that increase the driving experience, but at the same time allow you to really enjoy and get the most out of the vehicle without taking away noise, vibration, and harshness, or NVH. That is the key, right? You know, you don't want to add these parts to your car at the expense of having more noise or more vibration or, you know, weird clunking noises and things like that. Like, at the end of the day, you want to keep the comfort level the same or better. So it really is a best of all worlds kind of thing. So that is something I'm definitely pretty excited about. We'll take this a little bit quicker. So this engine's 250 horsepower, all-wheel drive. It's a 2-liter EcoBoost, so very similar to the engine you would get out of the Focus ST or even the previous Escapes. It's got some pickup. I mean, in sport mode, I am kind of pleased that they don't put artificial sound through the sound system. I know they did do that with the Explorer ST. I think in a larger vehicle like that, you know, you'd expect a little bit more throaty, rumbly type of sound. But I am pleased that you know, it isn't too fake. And at the end of the day, you know, you are looking for something that's a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, wow, this thing is tight around corners. I like that. I like that. It is pretty cool. Dario, our president, is heavily involved with a lot of our spring development and parts development, working alongside our in-house engineering team. And you really are able to feel, I mean, it's cool. He can hop into this car and go, oh, well, you know, it is, it's got a little bit of understeer. Wow, body roll isn't that bad either. Not bad. Not bad at all. I can't believe I'm driving a Ford Escape like this. Oh my gosh. Not gonna lie, this is the most fun I've ever had behind a Ford Escape. We're gonna do that again. Not gonna lie, now I'm looking for paddle shifters. This thing is planted. Now I'm gonna be looking for Hawk Performance brake pads. This is awesome. And I'm not just saying that because I got a Steeda logo on my shirt, but I could daily drive one of these, not gonna lie. That's That's not too bad. For those of you that are looking, you know, the Explorer ST is a little too big. The Edge ST, again, a little too big. Looking for something a little bit more affordable. You know, this is a viable option. You know, you have kids or you need that extra space, you know, do a little bit more hauling or things like that. In a pinch, you got the trailer hitch in the back. You can, you know, tow some relatively lighter things. God, this thing doesn't even have a tune on it. Just little tweaks to the suspension. Need some more bolstering in the seats. Anyways, well, all in all, really impressed with this package. For those of you out there with 2020 Plus Escapes, definitely consider our rear sway bar as well as our adjustable toe links. Those go kind of hand in hand together. If you're looking to really dial in that alignment with the toe links, that rear sway bar for that high-speed stability and kind of getting rid of that natural inherent understeer feeling you're gonna get with these cars right off the dealership floor. Again, you can't really blame Ford for that or anybody. It's just easier to get out of an understeer situation than an oversteer situation, and that frankly boils down to safety. And then on top of that, you got your 1-inch lowering springs from Steeda. Definitely lowers that center of gravity, keeps the car more planted, and same with the rear sway bar. Kind of everything working in unison to increase and enhance the overall driving experience, but not take away that noise, vibration, harshness that you know, typically is an opportunity cost of getting more performance out of your vehicle. And I'm happy to say that's not the case with this. So anyways, comment below, let us know what you think of the 2020 Escape, and specifically what kind of parts we should look at developing next or picking up for your 2020 Escape. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you get a notification on your phone next time a Steeda video drops. And don't forget the most important thing, speed matters.